I'm going to just dive in. So,
Are we rehearsing or are we starting?
Can we start? That was a rehearsal.
Yeah, it
wasn't
was. Can we
let's
just start? I thought
let's
that...
rehearse. I guess. Let's do
I
it
thought-
for real. Sorry.
When you got a passion, been on for so long, and everything around you starts to go wrong, gotta keep your...
welcome back to Do-Over Divas. I'm Libby.
I'm Jill.
And I'm Corey, and we're here today with Valentina Wein, culinary queen, recipe sorceress, and the brilliant force behind my go-to website, Cooking on the Weekends. Valentina pivoted from museums to top LA kitchens. Then after becoming a mom, she embraced the digital world, sharing irresistible dishes with all of us.
And Valentina, after losing her entire house and everything in it in the Palisades Fire, she's proving that reinvention is always on the menu, and you can always whip up something extraordinary. You can specifically, not me, you can always whip up something extraordinary in any kitchen, no matter where you are. Welcome, Valentina.
Thank you.
Welcome. So happy you're here.
Excited to be here. Thank you.
So take us right from your first pivot, right? Graduated college, you're working in a museum,
And even though I was in the art world among all these really amazing paintings and, you know, from all kinds of world famous artists, at the end of the day I was just sort of pushing papers, except for one career trip I got to take, which was very exciting. That aside, I was just kind of bored. And I always loved cooking and baking, and I thought that I would go to culinary school and be a pastry chef. And I thought it might not work out, but at the very least I would come out being a great baker and a great cook. And so I quit that job. I moved back home in with my family, my parents.
in the Palisades.
In the Palisades, yes. This is many, many moons ago. And I went to culinary school, and I did a 1.5-year program in LA and graduated. And then while I was still in school, I started taking catering jobs, and I loved it.
Wow.
And I no longer wanted to be a pastry chef.
You had set up
Wow.
a catering company, or you were assisting someone else on their company, or...
I was just doing like private chef work as
Wow.
a caterer, and then ultimately after I graduated, I started my own company, which was...
So you put it to
Wow.
use really quickly.
Yeah.
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 And
Wow.
you found it was your thing really quick.
Yeah, it was super fun. It was social and exciting, and
Yeah, you lost me at social.
Yeah.
I'm out. But I do like to
Corey's
eat.
like, I'm tired, I'm going to go
Yeah,
to bed now.
but I do like to eat, so please continue.
I hide in the kitchen, but I don't know. It was just, you know, it's just kind of
You were
fun.
in your zone. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly. And
But
I
that's
was,
a pivot.
I was very young then too, so I could cook for 4 days in a row.
Right,
But
right.
good for you,
Right.
because you knew the museum wasn't your thing, even though
Yeah.
you thought it was in college, which we all thought things in college.
Yes.
Right.
yeah.
And then you knew, okay,
Yeah.
Wow, the list goes on.
I'm going to try something new, and
Right.
and it stuck.
And it worked out. And then I was able to move out, and I was, you know, had this catering.
So you moved
company.
out because you were making money catering.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
That's
then you got
fantastic.
married, and
Yep.
then you had your family,
2 kids.
and
Two
then
boys.
And then, you ready for the next pivot?
Ready?
Yeah,
Bring it
on.
You're like
So-
the queen of pivots and how to do
There
it.
have been many. So even when I got pregnant, I had to quit catering because I was very sick.
Oh.
And I couldn't, being around food,
Fucking
ironically,
kids.
was like the worst.
Fucking kids. Children are dream crushers.
And I was sick the entire time.
You were?
Yeah, the entire
both
so
pregnancies?
dream crushed and sick.
And sick. It's fun.
Wow,
The kids that keep
wow.
on giving, really.
Pretty much the entire
I hope you
time.
held that against him.
Forever. Always. Anytime
To
you
this
need
day.
something.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Corey.
Yeah. Nobody
Yeah.
cares what we went through when we were
No, no,
pregnant.
they don't.
Yeah, even
No.
if they're listening to
We
this
have
or
pregnancy
whatever.
amnesia anyway.
Yeah. People do it
Fortunately.
more than once because
Yeah.
they forget how terrible
Right,
it is.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Let's just we're keeping it real here, Val.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I know. I remember after I had my first son, he was maybe like 3 months old, which is about when my mom got pregnant with me after my brother. And I was like, what was she thinking?
Right.
Like, who has kids this close together?
And you did that?
No,
They're that close in age? Oh, I see. Yeah.
Understand. I mean, they're
Right.
2 years apart, but I waited a few more months.
Yes.
Not like
I
Libby,
waited
who
5
literally-
years.
Me too. 5 years.
Yeah, I waited 5
Libby
years.
has like
I was
twins,
like,
basically.
I need him to be able to help me with the next one.
Yeah. Slave labor.
You know what?
Don't you
Totally.
get up now with the
But
baby.
here's the thing, you know, depending on which child you have first,
Yeah.
That's
you could
true.
not have a
That's
second
true.
child.
Oh, I was all about one and done.
I remember
Oh
you
yeah,
saying that you
until
looked in.
until he was like 3 and he was in preschool 3 days a week, and I was like, oh, maybe.
I can actually leave him
Maybe.
somewhere.
And then it took me another year and a half before I was like, all right, okay, he can change a diaper now. Let's go.
He can actually go get himself
18
a
months
snack.
apart. I
Yeah.
call it my
Yeah.
kamikaze mission.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
literally.
no one gets out of that.
That was
alive.
bad.
Wait,
I know.
they're
I can't believe you're
18
still
months
with
apart.
us.
18
I
months
didn't
apart.
realize that. Mine are 26 months apart.
But that's
Still.
better. The
You had a
18,
fighting chance.
You had
Preschool,
still sort
I don't
of.
know how you were thinking about it then. Everyone was like, wait till they get in preschool, you'll have all this time. You get them there.
Sorry.
You go home. It's like time to go back and get them.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
that's true.
Especially
Like,
especially if you go home and
yeah.
nap.
Yeah.
Or you go to Target and you have to
Right.
dig through the dollar bins for the next birthday party.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Next
Yeah.
thing
Oh
you
my
know,
God, that
time to
dollar
go back
bin.
and get them.
And then you're like, this wasn't enough time. Can you just hold him for another half hour,
Yeah.
please?
I know he's
Right.
only
I
1.5,
just-
but
Change
he's
that
crying
diaper,
for me.
lady.
yeah.
I know he wants me, but please.
Yeah.
Right,
I don't
right.
care if he has
Yeah.
paint all over him by the time I pick him
don't
up.
care. The
Yeah.
dirtier, the better. He
That's
might be
right.
tired. Although I
right.
remember when they would fall asleep in the car. This is terrible, and we're digressing. I realize.
No,
but they would
okay.
fall asleep in the car, and I was like, no, because then you won't go. Like if you sleep at like 4 o'clock in the car, I'm fucked for the whole night. So
Right.
I would pump the brakes. So
To wake him up,
Did you really? See, I think that's like a different.
Jill, they tell you not to shake the baby. What the hell were you thinking?
I'm like, no, hell no, you're not falling asleep at 4:30.
I would literally, if he fell asleep in the car, I would literally find a street, and I had 2 that I knew of, with a
Yeah.
hill, so that he would stay like, with his head back, because I hated
and then
this
you
whole thing.
Yeah.
And then I
Oh, I
would
hated
just, spend a whole lot of time going through email and getting all my shit
that's
done, while I was
nice.
sitting there.
Oh,
in the
that's
car.
good. I didn't.
I
Yeah.
never slept in the car.
Please
Really?
continue.
Okay,
We
sorry.
totally got off.
Arizona.
No.
The whole time.
Oh, good lord.
wow.
Did they talk a lot in the car? Like, when they talk, you're like, I love you, but
No,
it's quiet
you had
time.
different children.
away.
Remember? Mine didn't talk till he was
quiet time.
4.
Oh, Beckett? The
Now he
oldest?
doesn't shut up.
Aw,
Yeah.
Beckett.
Saved all his words.
Yes,
He did.
saved
Now he
them.
has a lot to
Saving
say.
them up.
He was
Yes.
stacking up.
Yep.
I love it.
And he
Okay.
wanted to scare the fuck out of me.
Yeah. Like,
Thanks.
something's wrong with my child.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Beckett.
Yeah.
Aw. Okay, so sick
Okay.
pregnancy.
Yes.
You put everything on hold.
Yes.
So you had to kind of pivot again or jump back in.
Well, I did just the mom thing until
Just.
they were, not
Yeah, because
Run
that's
yourself
not enough.
ragged.
Because that's
Yeah.
not hard.
I was just, trying to understand why toddlers didn't enjoy like a family meal. 'cause I
Yeah.
always
Come on,
thought,
sit down
we're
and
gonna all
focus
sit
for an hour.
together.
Here's a glass of wine.
I also felt like they would all be like really adventurous eaters because
You are.
I'm a chef.
Yeah.
Not true.
Oh. So you cook
Yeah,
all this
that's
amazing
challenging.
food, and they're kind of like, eh.
Well, now they're good. But
Okay.
yeah, in the
Okay.
beginning,
We're getting
Or
there.
not even
We're getting
egg.
Okay,
there.
Like,
all right, I'm
no.
jumping ahead.
But so when they were about 5 and 7, that's about how long? Yeah, about 5 and 7.
Okay.
My little one was in kindergarten. My cousin started working on a new website that she was launching called Momtastic.
Really early days of websites.
Really early
Mom-tastic.
days.
Yeah,
Cool,
this
okay.
was 2010, I think.
Okay.
And I always wrote my own recipes when I was catering. I never
Wow.
liked to use somebody else's recipe.
I have
felt
so
like
many
it was
questions
me
about
not
that.
being
Okay.
Yeah,
authentic.
me too.
Even though I don't think that's true, anyone who uses recipes, I think it's amazing. Or
Right.
whatever. But I always wrote my own recipes. So my cousin came to me and she said, you're already writing your own recipes. You have been for years. Why don't you write some recipes for Momtastic and see how it goes? So I was like, oh my God, I don't have time. There's no way I can do that.
How old were the kids at this point?
5 and 7.
Oh, God. Okay.
And
That's a lot.
Yeah, so that's second grade and kindergarten.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she really wanted me to do it, and they were going to pay me pennies. But I thought, well, it's a good way to get into it, and I can do it all at home. Mm-hmm. But to do that, you suddenly have to become, I was writing for them, so I didn't have to be all the things yet. but I had to start taking pictures of the food and writing like a little blurb. And back in that day, everyone wanted to hear like about your day. It wasn't like,
Yeah.
here are 10 tips.
Your
and
status
tricks
is
for the
like,
recipe.
Oh, wow.
Where were you 15 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah.
oh
Oh,
my
yeah.
God, I have to pick my son up from school. Good thing I have this quick and easy dinner. That kind of thing.
Uh-huh. It's
Right.
called
That was-
Kraft Mac and Cheese.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just me. I'm sorry. Continue.
Mine's in and out, but go ahead.
Easy Mac.
Yeah,
Yeah.
easy Mac.
All good. These are all delicious things. People always say to me, like, do you even eat that stuff? Or like, oh my God, I can't cook for you. I love when people cook for me. I love In-N-Out. I love mac and cheese.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even
But
from
she
a-
also
Maybe not
loves
craft.
looking in a refrigerator going, oh, I see these. Oh, okay, I'll just make some.
So you can like open a fridge and what's there, you can create something magical, basically.
That's the most.
I don't have that skill whatsoever.
most fun.
That's
Depends on
amazing.
what's in the fridge.
Yeah, yeah.
You get a half leftover bottle of wine.
I was gonna say you got wine.
if I start with that,
Then you're gonna need dinner.
Can you do wine and craft?
is there
Can
butter
you
in
imagine?
there?
Yeah.
I'm good to go.
Butter and wine.
That's a yummy
honestly-
sauce, actually. Then you need a piece of steak.
That's right.
And then
Oh my God, she's
Or
thinking
chicken
sauce.
breast.
I'm thinking spooning the butter and
Yeah.
eating it.
You gotta
while
dip it in
drinking
sprinkles
wine.
first.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
Really? Did you
Wow.
do that?
Wow, no, but it
I
sounded
think we
terrible.
should, that's a nice.
But it sounded
That's
great
a
to
night.
you guys.
You and I, let's go.
I
That's a
love
night.
it.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Okay, so
Or a
continue.
shame spiral. I'm not sure which
I
one.
don't know where I am.
Okay.
Oh, so then I started writing like kid-friendly recipes, which are not my thing, but
Okay.
happy to do it. They were paying me again next to nothing, but it was okay. Nobody was really doing this yet.
Okay.
and
Did
you
you
were
know
sort of
at this-
figuring it out, right?
Yeah.
I did.
And did you
Yeah.
know at this point that this was what you wanted to do for your career, or were you thinking that's just a side thing?
I was thinking it was going to like tide me over.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
While I was dealing with my kids
Gotcha.
and what I was
Okay.
going to do.
Okay.
And when I started doing it, everyone, including my cousin who was sort of running this site, was like, you should really be doing this for yourself. Like you could, ultimately you have ads and you can write for different brands
Right.
and you'll have lots of, more opportunities to make
Right.
money. And even for them, like I was doing some brand work for them. So it was great because they were actually giving me other opportunities like, oh, this brand wants 3 whatever, such and such recipes. So
Based on this particular food. or
this
something,
ingredient
right?
or that, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
3 different recipes with one ingredient. Yeah,
but
gotcha.
they all went on their site. So everything I wrote for the pennies, I was selling to them. And so it wasn't stuff that ultimately I could ever have on my
Use,
site.
right.
Oh, because
You're doing it
It
for
was
somebody
owned
else.
by
It's there.
multiple
Yeah.
people.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, which was fine. I
Yeah.
mean, it was all good.
Well, and it was all experience. It was all you're getting to know
Yes.
this world, which was brand new to
Exactly.
everyone.
That what,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, back then, yeah.
Food blogging. Yeah.
And it just became, I got a little obsessed with it. And like every minute the kids were napping or at school or at night, I was like, how many recipes can I make today? Mostly because they weren't paying me a lot. And I thought, oh my God, I can make so much money if I do. And I could, because it was my cousin and I was the only recipe developer at the time for them, I could write as many as I wanted. I could write anything I wanted. I mean,
And it's not like they were going to choose. You knew
Right.
they'd take them all and post them. And
exactly.
yeah.
and did
Exactly.
your
Yeah.
children eat any of the recipes you made?
some.
Yeah, that's a good
some,
question.
Yeah.
Could have called us. We would have come over and
I
eaten
would have
it.
eaten it if
Yeah. I'm available for taste
Yeah.
testing.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime.
We will be calling you. I will be calling. And so everybody was saying, oh, you should start your own site. And I was like, and honestly, the first thing I thought is, this is in 2010. I was like, oh my God, the internet's so saturated with food, and which it wasn't.
Oh my God.
In 2010.
Now? Yeah,
Oh my
2010.
God.
It totally was
But
not.
there's the lesson from that, right?
Yeah.
People, you
Start
always
immediately.
Yes,
Right.
because
Start
you
it
always
right.
start telling yourself the story
Yeah.
of it's too late. I mean,
Yeah.
if I would have done it
Yeah,
4 years
right.
ago,
Yeah.
then it would have been okay. But now it's too
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
late.
I
Like what we
thought-
hear about the
yeah.
podcast
I know.
every day.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, there are a
From
gajillion,
me.
gajillion
What they hear
podcasts.
from me.
Right.
Yeah, I think
Right.
Corey literally said there's a gajillion podcasts.
Like I go, you guys, there's no
Really?
fucking
Well,
way.
this is how I feel. I mean, to this
They're
day,
everywhere.
when people say,
And we're
"Write a
like, we're
cookbook,"
in.
I'm like, there are too many cookbooks. No one
Yeah.
wants my cookbook, but like maybe they do. I don't
Maybe they do, but I
For
think
sure
that's
they
why
do,
you're
Valentina.
here. Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
But the art of pivoting, well, just you keep going, even though at the time you're like, oh, it's so saturated, but you kept going.
Yeah. I also thought I'm not one of like those people. Like I just
Yeah.
thought, well, I can't do that. Like not
Right.
in a fearful way or a self-deprecating way, but I just felt like
That's
I'm
not how you were
so
defining.
not that
Yeah.
person. Like
Yeah.
I can't do that. And then So for Momtastic, it was a big thing back in the day to submit your food photos to various sites like Food Gawker, Taste Spotting.
Okay.
There were a bunch of them back then. And if your photo was accepted, your post would get like 1,000 extra hits in that day, which is a big
Wow.
deal if you have ads and you're making money.
Right.
Which Momtastic was. So they were submitting my photos for me. And my photography got better because they weren't getting my photos accepted. And so I kept, I
You had to
really
up
wanted
your
to
game.
like be
Yeah.
successful.
And how did
Yeah.
your photography get better? Just doing it?
That's
The
a good
first
question.
thing is, so I did a lot of photography about 200 years ago in high school, and I was kind of good, but I'd
And you
forgotten
had an artistic eye
everything.
because you
Yeah.
were interested in art, and that's what you had been studying
Yes,
or
Yeah.
were planning
So
on
you-
studying.
I
Right.
loved photography, and my dad was a photographer, and he
An outdoor photographer,
Yes,
right?
Cool.
exactly. So food is really different. But so the first thing I did was buy a new camera because I was using like a point and shoot at the time. So
Yeah.
I bought like a DSLR and I started taking better pictures, and then those sites started accepting them. But none of this was for me. I wasn't making more money because they were making more money. And so then
So when's
yeah.
the time that you think I'm going to do a website? Because
Yeah.
you're making
Yeah.
Momtastic a bunch of money.
Yeah.
You're sort of figuring out, you know what? This isn't as scary as I thought.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So now when do you decide cooking on the
So-
weekends?
Well, so this ties into the photography because I was reading an article in the LA Times one day about this woman who owned, at the time, Taste Spotting, where we were submitting photos, and was reading that she was going to be speaking at this conference called Camp Blogaway, and it was like a weekend
Camp
sort of
Blog Away.
Yeah, it was like a weekend retreat in the
Why do I
mountains.
love that so much?
Wow.
It sounds fun. Camp Blog Away.
Right, and so I
Blog away.
I emailed the founder of
In the
this,
mountains.
and they
Sorry.
had this was going to be their second one.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
And
Okay.
So they had a little bit of success with that first one.
So let's do it again,
Everyone
folks.
thinks
Reunion.
It's so funny. It's like, but you guys, there were hundreds of people there, and we all had.
I believe
it.
it.
was like going to summer camp, like when you're 12. But we're talking about food blogging
Yeah.
the whole time.
How fun.
And there's like one speaker after the other, and you meet all these people who are in the industry, and it's
Wow.
And you don't have your own site or blog at this point.
Nope,
Just
and I did not
Momtastic.
know anyone. It was sort of like going to a brand new school or something.
Yeah.
And I felt like they were all like the big scary kids.
Really?
It was so
And they
intimidating.
it's probably a community, so some of them probably knew one another.
They all knew each other.
Yes,
Even
exactly.
though it was the early days. No, I shouldn't say they all did. There were a couple newbies like me, but
Yeah.
But they were so nice. They were so nice. But so before I decided to go, because I wasn't going to go on Momtastic's behalf, I thought, and
Oh.
not to Momtastic's great.
Right, right. But you wanted to learn
I
this
wanted-
for
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I read this woman was going to be there, and so I emailed the founder of Camp Blogaway, who's lovely, and I said, I'm thinking about doing this. I'm thinking about having my own site, but I have 2 kids, and I don't know. And I read that this, so and so is going to be there.
So you're a
And she
camp
was
director
like-
and a therapist, right?
You're both.
Just asking.
Just check all those
What
boxes.
should I do?
And so I emailed her, and she wrote me back, and I probably still have the email somewhere, but it was the little, like, aha moment,
Yeah,
if you will. I'm
yeah.
just channeling Oprah, but she said, a lot of people have said that to me. They're not sure what to do. They have kids. They come to my, conferences, and they do it, and they love it. So I was like, okay, that was it. So I signed up. It wasn't a big deal. It was 2 hours away. It was really inexpensive, so I went.
Nice.
And
And they didn't make you jump in the lake like
No.
my 12th grade camp experience.
Oh,
You were
yeah.
actually doing something you loved
Oh,
instead
my
of getting your
God.
ass out
You
of bed
didn't
at
like
7
going
a.m.
to the lake.
And there was
No.
cold.
I know.
actually, there
Me
was
too.
hiking.
No
I was
lake.
just going to say there was no hiking. There was hiking.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I would have loved
You
that.
Oh, hiking!
Yes.
I love hiking.
Was it
I would've
optional?
hiked.
I actually,
I'm just curious.
It was
Could you tap
optional,
out?
But there were, I think, 10 of the 200 people were on the hike. But it was really good because
Right?
I got to know a lot of people.
How many
Oh,
people?
that's great.
Sorry, I was laughing.
The
10.
hike maybe had 10. But
Oh,
by the
that's
way,
good. That's
So you
good.
guys can go. Bye.
Bye. Bye. See you.
So people were lovely at this conference, and I had planned a start date, and my husband at the time
Still
was
your
learning how
husband,
to
by
make
the way.
At the
websites.
time, still
Yes, he's
wonderful.
still
My husband at the time.
My husband.
I mean, he's holding on by
I was going to say,
Still your husband, by the way.
by the time this posts, though, we don't know.
He's the most
Careful,
lovely
Stephen.
man ever.
He
Can I
was
say
the
that?
Yes.
Like, just the sweetest, cutest man ever.
Everyone is sweet and
Honestly.
cute to Jill, though. So
He's what?
Everyone,
He's what?
everyone is the sweetest and the cutest.
No.
Your husband, her
maybe like
husband,
some
everybody's husband.
I love him.
I sound like
I
a
love him.
whore. Everybody's husband.
They're all sweet and cute.
They're all sweet and cute.
Not mine.
He really is. Okay.
really
Not
is.
mine.
Not mine.
So-
It's cute, not sweet.
He said, I can make the site for you because he's very techie and he was making sites.
Yeah.
And so he did, and I had this like launch date, and I remember it was 2 weeks after Camp Blog Away.
Uh-huh.
So I met
2
all
weeks?
these people there. Well,
Wow.
I had
Wait a minute.
I
You,
signed
that's
up
a quick learning curve.
No. I signed
Okay.
up about a month before
Prior, yeah.
camp.
Yeah, so that you
I
could show up
started-
having one.
And I
Right.
started right away creating recipes that would go on my site so that when I started, I had a few to launch, like right off the bat.
Right.
And yeah, I met some people there. I joined with the LA food blogger group from meeting
Love
people
that.
there. I'm still part of that group. It's
Cool.
been great.
Has it gotten bigger and bigger?
The
just
LA food group,
smaller and
You think so?
you know what? It's interesting. Some
was like-
people have come and some people have gone.
Really?
Yeah.
There are people who still have sites, but now it's just kind of a hobby, or there are people, it was always a hobby. And then there are people who are just huge.
Huge.
Really?
And like, I mean,
What do you think is the difference between the two?
between me and the huge people.
No, not between you.
Like what?
No.
What makes one?
No.
No, between the people that, in your opinion, what
Yeah.
is the difference between the people that really take off in this realm or
Well-
the people that just kind of go,
You know, it's so interesting because first of all, you have to be incredibly motivated
Yeah.
and ambitious, like
Right.
with any
you have
job.
to be a self-starter because
Yeah.
it's up to you.
Exactly, and you have to like hit the ground running every day. And
Every day.
I own. The
Yeah, that's
fact-
not happening.
Oh,
Not
well,
for me.
When you have a blog, it's or
No.
a website. It's,
Yeah.
It's like always alive.
Yeah.
So it's not like you go home and you
Yeah.
turn it off, and it's not even like bringing work home because at 2 a.m. you might get a comment from someone who's
Right.
like, "Oh my
And
god,
the
I'm
engagement
making these
matters.
brownies,"
Yeah.
and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And content,
Yeah.
right?
And
have
you
to-
always want to be posting new things. But the thing,
content.
so I don't know why, some people did all the things, all the best practices from the beginning.
Yeah.
But I'd say 90% of those things were not practices at all when we started. Like
How do you mean?
So you're
Like-
you're sort of figuring this out as you go.
every single thing.
Right.
So
and it
first-
keeps changing,
Yes,
right?
every like 5
That's
minutes.
like this podcast.
Yeah.
So when I say best practices, it's like having the proper keywords. So
Paying
that when
attention to the
someone-
algorithms.
Exactly.
Like, yeah,
If
I
someone
gotcha. Right.
searches chocolate chip cookies, which
Yeah.
is ridiculous because there are, if you post chocolate chip cookies, you're not going to rank unless you're Martha Stewart
Yes.
or
Right.
Mrs. Fields.
Serious Eats or something
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
But like, what's your number one ranking?
I have a few recipes that you'll find immediately if you search them in Google. One is my stuffed artichoke, daikon French fries. That's number
Ooh.
Amazing!
I
oh my
like
god,
those.
crispy
fabulous!
quinoa. I
And
have a lot of
so
things.
good.
But the thing is, so this is not to get too into the food blogging world, but if you have a recipe that is number one, that's amazing, but it might be a recipe that most of my recipes are they're like a little more unique and not as sought after. So,
Like the
everyone in
beet cookies that I looked up?
Yes.
Okay.
So like everyone in the world
Those
is
are so
looking for
good.
chocolate chip cookies, right? So there
Yeah.
are like maybe 200,000
Right.
people a month, probably more. So the competition is incredibly high.
Yeah.
And so you have to look at all of that when you decide what you're going to make.
Yeah, you have to
Most
be
people-
unique, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I didn't do that for many years. I was like, I'm just going to cook what I want and do what I want. Where other people, as soon as these things were coming into play, were like, I don't have any idea what to make. First, I'm going to find my keywords. I'm going to find what recipe
they-
will get.
They came at it backwards.
Exactly.
But that didn't work
to their
probably.
benefit.
Oh,
No.
to-
It
to their-
did.
it did
They
work.
came at it
Okay.
backwards.
See, I
Yes.
would be like her sort
Yeah.
of food blogger. I'd be like, "Fuck you! I'm gonna make whatever I
Exactly.
want."
I know.
You know what?
Fuck off.
Right?
Yeah. I'm going to make what I
Yeah.
want.
Exactly.
And we have insight into Libby. Welcome.
Let's
Welcome
call this
to our
Libby's food. Fuck you.
Yeah.
yeah. Fuck the weekend.
Fuck the weekend.
Thank you.
That's right.
Thank
The
you.
weekends.
Libby's
That's your
deep
food.
fucking
I was
licious
like,
foods.
for a long time, I was like, I kind of thought, not like I'm above that, like I'm so great, but I thought, I don't need to do that. I'm
I
just
don't
going to
need
make
to,
really
right.
good food.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
right.
take really beautiful pictures. And
Which you
it'll be
do.
fine.
You do. You do both.
Well, thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
But that doesn't, get you to the top. But I did pretty well, and I got. You have to have a certain number of followers to be accepted to certain ad programs, and so I was able to do that early on.
And so did you have like a mindset of what cooking on the weekends is? So you decided you made it, you chose the name, and what was the philosophy?
Well, I will tell you, and to your point or question, it's my philosophy or my thing online is partly why I'm not one of the way at the top people, because I don't have a specific niche, and so I make creative and comforting food.
Yeah, see, I think
for
that
every
is
day
very much a
and
niche.
for entertaining.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah.
But it's all the things. I
see.
appetizers
I
and
see.
entrees and gluten-free.
Oh, it's
and
not like just
vegan
desserts,
and
just right.
Mine is everything.
Yeah.
And I have Mexican recipes and I have some Japanese recipes, and I'm very clear that I'm, these might not be authentic recipes.
I was going
I'm
to say,
doing
you're
my
very
best.
clear that you're not Mexican or Chinese.
Because people
In case
get
you're
very
wondering.
angry,
Yeah.
let me tell
In case you're
you.
just
They
listening.
do?
Oh,
What do you mean?
really?
Like, have you got
You're not
emails
allowed to
like,
even
hey,
cook?
you're not Mexican, what are you doing, lady?
You're not
Just
allowed
like
to
that.
like
That's what they
honor
said.
those.
Seriously?
Oh, everyone does. If you write a recipe, if I were to write like
I'm not surprised.
like an Israeli recipe, a Mexican, whatever,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I say if I don't have a disclaimer, even if I'm not saying it's authentic, if I'm not saying it's not authentic, people will come after me and say like, I live in Mexico, I live in this city, we don't make it like that, and that's
Good
so
for
that's
you.
the
I
thing.
do. Take care. Peace out.
And actually,
Have Libby email
You should
them
really,
back.
you should really start this, Jill. You should start your own food blog.
but the
Fuck
people
you. This
who,
is my soft taco.
Fuck you. This is my soft
That's the
taco.
title.
That sounds a little perverse,
right.
by
I know.
the way. I'm
Yeah.
just going to say
I
it
know.
right there. That's a different podcast.
You would get a lot of clicks.
I would get
Lot
who's
of
this
clicks.
lady?
Well, speaking of tacos, and maybe this is interesting or not. So I did some research a long time ago on a potato soft taco. So the way
That
I've
sounds
done
very
it,
good,
The
by the way.
last few years, I don't start backwards with the keyword, but I start by my idea, and then I see, like, I do the research, see how can I word it so that it will be the most successful it
Right.
can be in the Google search.
Smart, yeah.
So I wanted to make potato soft tacos, and they are delicious. If you go to my
Yeah.
site, look them up. But they were ranking really high, and not a lot of people were making them. So I was like, this is amazing.
Wait a minute.
Wait, how do you-
I'm sorry.
hold on.
They were ranking
But people
high.
weren't.
Oh,
How
I'm
did you
sorry.
know people weren't making them if they were ranking
So
high?
here's the thing. So there are all kinds of programs.
Are you making potato tacos?
Yeah, are you about to go do that, Corey, with your craft and your
I
butter
don't know.
and
I'm
sprinkles?
very Irish. Anything potato, sign me
yeah,
up.
that's true.
Good, I promise. So there's hundreds of different programs now where you plug in, say, I'm going to go for it with the chocolate chip cookies, and I put in chocolate chip cookies. I can research about how many people a month are looking for it, and I can also see
What?
On your
what
insights.
the competition
Wow.
is for it among people like me. And because, and there's also a place I can go to see what my status is, what sort of like domain authority, like what competition level do I need to be looking at to have a chance to rank?
Okay.
So that's a
There are
whole other
various
part of this
numbers.
job.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
so-
mean, that's the work that I think I would hate doing.
Well, I have had to
Let's-
learn
a lot.
every single part of this. Not only do I have to learn it, but, and I'm not saying, oh, I'm so great, I learned it. A lot of people do, but none of this, I mean, and you guys sitting here doing this podcast, none of these things were a thing like 20 years ago. Nobody was doing any of these things.
No.
Like,
We're
No.
a shit show now.
yeah.
We're a shit show.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's
We're
so-
since we're actually
yeah.
doing it.
And I'm
We're
not
just-
sure that makes us unique,
like-
but
No,
I think
no.
it might.
But our
No,
mics
it
are
does.
working today, so I
Our
feel it's
mics
a win
are-
for all
Come
of
on.
us.
Can you imagine when we were kids, someone saying, I want to be a podcaster, I want to be a food blogger? We were like, I want to be a fireman, like,
Yeah.
I want to be a doctor, like, a lawyer. Like, there weren't people like us.
There weren't.
No.
That's
And,
true.
And
That's
so
true.
all the things for these careers and jobs are, every single part of it is new.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so you, not only do you have to learn it all, but like you've never even heard of any of it.
Yeah,
That's true.
And
Well,
there's
you
so
certainly
many
didn't grow up
aspects
with
of
it.
You
it
didn't grow
that,
up with
you,
it.
you don't expect.
And to have
You
an
know?
online business and make a podcast, all the things, like if you're not tech savvy, like I think
I know.
We know this now.
Really, I have no idea what you're talking about.
What?
I can't even.
This is the shit show part.
This is called the Shit Show Podcast.
No, I think it's great. I love this podcast. But
It's good because it's the 15th we've done and only the 3rd to be posted.
Well, actually, the 3rd to get sound, maybe?
I can't even go on a site and put in my password and have it work out for me.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. I learned
Well,
everything
can I go back and ask
Yes.
you a question
Yes.
because I still don't understand.
Yeah. Yes.
And forgive me
No,
for
no,
being
no, no,
so
no.
naive to this world, but
Yeah.
I understand the ranking and
Yes.
how to up the ranking and how to see your insights and see, how many times it's been viewed or downloaded or all that.
Right.
I still don't understand how you know who's making it and who's
Yeah.
not.
How do you?
Because you
figure
said,
that
but
out?
they're
When
not.
I
They're
say-
not making it. I'm like,
Like,
how
do
do
they
you?
say
How do you
liked it, but I'm
know?
not making this?
So getting back to this taco. So this is how
Different
I know.
podcast, but go ahead.
No, because well,
Sorry,
I know
the
I
potato
know
taco.
actually who is making it because I can look up and see what blog. You can too. You can search soft taco recipe and you'll see all the people like me who are making them.
I see the other food
Oh,
bloggers.
I see what you're saying.
Competitors.
Okay.
My competitors.
But
I'm
not
totally
the people
on
who
board
are
now.
taking
Now I
your
get
recipe
that.
and actually making
That's
it.
what I
no way
was.
you would
That's
know
what I was
that,
misunderstanding.
making my recipe, but I know about
Because your
how
website
many
doesn't have a
people-
camera watching people.
Corey was afraid of being
Because
judged.
that's a little bit.
Or watched.
That's a little bit creepy. That's
trying
make
to
the
fucking
tacos
make something.
tonight.
yeah.
But I do know, so I know about how many people are looking for particular recipes, but I also know, again, if I'm not whoever, food.com.
Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm not going to be number one. But back to the taco, because this is kind of interesting. What I didn't realize when I did my search is the reason potato soft tacos had such a high volume of search. Taco Bell makes a potato soft taco, and
They do
everybody
not.
Taco Bell?
Yes, Taco Bell. Everybody was searching the
What?
Taco Bell potato soft taco.
Oh.
Nobody was searching how to make just a soft taco with potatoes.
So
They
then yours
wanted
would pop up?
a copycat Taco Bell recipe. Yeah,
that's
no, mine
funny.
wouldn't pop up
Because they put in-
it didn't
yeah.
have the word Taco
That's right,
Bell in
Taco
it.
Bell, yeah.
So I thought I could put the word Taco
Yeah,
Bell in there and
yeah.
say this is better
You could just
than
say
Taco Bell.
not Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Well,
Better
Not
than.
Taco Bell's potato tacos.
Yeah.
There you go.
I did that. I tried that. I played with it a bunch, and
Yeah.
it just wasn't. I think people look at the picture and they go, "Oh, it might be a pretty picture." It's not what I had at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
So I'm not making it. They don't
Holy
even read
shit.
it.
Welcome to America.
Yeah. Right.
Like, good God.
So
know.
my poor Taco Bell. I mean, my
Not that I
poor
DoorDashed
Taco
them
Bell.
2 nights
ago.
Don't
Yeah.
use that part. But
Again, different
I'm not a snob
podcast.
about food, but I don't make food like Taco Bell.
No,
Not that it's
you really
awful.
don't.
No.
But
You don't make a
do
Dorito shell?
I actually made that once. We got it for the kids just to try it. It
creative.
was so disgusting.
Yeah.
They
It
sold
is my
those-
kid's favorite
Oh my
thing in
God,
the
we've
world.
done it so-
Dorito shell
Yeah,
taco.
yeah. We
Oh,
made
Izzy
them.
loves it.
Really?
Loves it.
Loves
I have the
it.
strange
Oh my
children who
God.
are
But
like,
I
this
don't
is
go.
disgusting.
But I don't go online looking for that. I know that that's crappy, like
Yeah.
Taco Bell
Yeah,
food.
I'll pay
that's
$4
crappy
for
ta-
that.
If I
yeah.
want to make something, no, I don't
Right.
make
I mean,
things.
I would just go to Taco Bell. If
Corey,
I
no.
wanted
Corey,
a
no.
taco.
Right.
But,
Right.
yeah.
You wouldn't try to
So-
recreate that. You'd want to make
No,
something
I tried
better.
to recreate the Dorito one at home.
Oh, you did?
You could buy those Dorito shells.
Yeah.
And then I do the healthy version, which is like ground turkey.
Why?
And things. 'Cause
It's
I'm
a
dumb.
Dorito
So of
fucking
course it's
shell.
gonna be gross.
How is that healthier? Because you don't use beef?
Because I don't know, turkey felt better and low fat. I don't know. Beef is actually very good for you now. They're
Turkey's
discovering.
a little better.
They're
but-
discovering.
I'm discovering,
Yeah.
the omega-3s and the collagen and all that. But anyway,
we'll
no
just
wonder
be
it was
eating
gross.
crickets, so-
Yeah, there you go.
That's
right?
another podcast for sure.
That's
For sure.
another
So-
podcast.
yes. Back to me.
You,
Okay.
you've got you've got a website going.
Yes.
You're creating all these recipes, and it's a real like buffet of recipes, right?
Yes,
So it's
yes.
healthy stuff, vegan stuff.
Yeah.
You have great tofu recipes.
Yes.
You've
You have a
got
ton of stuff.
Because I
meatball
love all
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
these things, and
You have everything on
But
there.
the
I
comfort food, I love
Yeah.
the slant, and correct
Yeah.
me if that's not accurate, but
No,
it
no,
feels
it
like there's a
is.
slant toward
it is. I mean,
really, really well made comfort foods.
That's because that's how I cook. Like,
and accessible, right? Like I looked through your recipes. I'm like, I have that stuff in my house now. I don't have to go to a specialty store. I don't have to figure out how to do this thing. Like I could make these, and they
me too. At
look
Jill's
delicious.
house.
And then
I'll make them for you, and you can eat them.
And you start this in 2010.
Oh no. So Momtastic 2010, I didn't start till 2011.
Right. 2011.
Okay. And by 2014, I think I started. I think by 2013, I signed on with some ad company, and I was making. I'm telling you, my first paycheck, $23.
Oh, you're crushing it.
Forget it.
Nice.
And I was like, yes.
That's right. It's coming in.
I'm happy to say.
It's pouring in.
That's a lot of Dorito tacos.
Yeah. But I remember thinking, oh my God, I made money from this thing that was like nothing. And
that was fun for you.
And it was fun.
Yeah.
And you're
but
good
I also
at it.
saw I'm going to have to work a lot harder because $23.
That's no, it's not even. It's eggs right now, actually.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. It's a carton of eggs.
Yes.
But
fast forward to now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And comfortable, you're still like sort of figuring out how to,
Always.
move with whatever direction.
As soon as we learn one thing, a new thing is like the better thing to do.
Yeah.
Always.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's true in a lot of.
But that's and getting back to the horrible tragedy that struck you this year recently. That losing everything in the Palisades
So
fire.
you're feeling good, your website's going great. You've made your pivot, right? So you're good.
Actually, one other point, I felt like I was doing well enough. I actually had just hired someone who was going to handle, and actually he's such a kind man. He and his wife are a team, and they have a Pinterest business. And I really don't like the social media part of what I do, although Pinterest is not really social, but
Pinterest
it's
has changed
huge
also.
change.
Yeah, that's true.
It's really changed.
Well, it's the number 2 driver of traffic after Google to my site. So I had finally hired people, and I was paying people to do things for me, and then my house burnt down. And so
Palisades wildfire.
Palisades wildfire.
Like your house burnt down your whole community.
My kitchen, all my things, and
so the kitchen that is on your website, that beautiful, amazing kitchen.
Yes, that's
gone.
So actually, that was the kitchen I did all my catering from. That was a back kitchen. I want to say back house, but it was a dwelling in the backyard of the house I grew up in.
Oh,
also burned. So unfortunately,
everything.
That house and
what a shame.
And where I lived. So I was. I cooked there a lot over the years, but at the time of the fire, I was cooking in our home kitchen, which was lovely. But
can I interject
and
something?
Will be again.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah. And can I interject about your perseverance and your ability to thrive and walk into a room and still be the light in that room despite everything?
So
but it's true. But yesterday I was here and I said, "Oh, I like your earrings," and you had said, "Oh, I grabbed these earrings out of the house." But you were happy with your earrings, like of all the loss I could see, but I have my earrings. Like that's. I would say 99% of the population would be like, great, all I have is earrings. When you were like, I have my earrings. Like that
depends on the earrings.
It's true.
I get,
There's a couple earrings I would grab too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. I'd grab dresses and heels and that's it.
That's right.
But I just think, and so we had talked a bit before about for the people that are listening or watching, whether you go through something as devastating as what you went through, or just waking up and all your kids are out of the house and you don't know what to do, or you just lost your job, or let go like Libby, or any loss in life, an unexpected pivot that has just hit you, and you don't know
forced.
and you're forced, and you don't know what to do, and it's so easy to get stuck. You don't get stuck. How? What goes?
Well, I mean, honestly, the night of the fire. Well, the night, as soon as I saw our house in flames, I thought,
oh my God.
Well,
you
actually,
there?
I didn't. No, someone called me that it was on the news. I don't mean to laugh, but there is a little joke now where I'm
it's so horrible, it's funny.
Well, the irony of watching your house on the news.
No.
The first week after the fire, you remember, it's like every little thing you remember that you don't have anymore. That you don't see. It's like another loss. It's like another little
being
loss.
Stabbed one more time.
And
over and over,
But
exactly.
now, I mean, it's still a loss, but it's just sort of like, I almost make jokes about it, and I'm like, oh yeah, oh it burned. Like it's just there you have it. But it's like you just get to a place where like this situation, it's like it is what it is.
Yeah.
And like, what am I going to do now?
Yeah.
Right.
And so the first, as soon as we knew that our house burned, I thought, well, I did have a moment of like, am I done? Like,
that's what I was going to ask you. Were you
Am I
like,
done?
yeah.
is this not a sign, but is this, am I finished? Everything I built?
Because there is a big,
That would make you.
yeah. In any career, there's like the burnout, right? Where you're like, oh my God, I can't.
Oh my God, why would you use that
Yeah.
phrase? What is wrong with you? You are warped.
Right? You've never had that, I'm sure.
You literally had a burnout.
Yeah.
But I mean it. Oh, right. Oh my God, I just got it.
No, I'm saying, why would you use that phrase?
Burnout.
I thought you were joking because like we
No.
all have burnout.
No.
No, I know.
Like, literally
I did
flames
have a
burned
burnout.
everything
I'm
out.
Yes.
So slow. I blame
so
the
It's all right.
fire.
Jill will
I
explain
blame
it
the
all.
fire. I have like fire
She'll spell it
brain.
out.
I'll keep doing it too.
You know how
If
you
need
have
be.
like pregnancy brain?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fire brain.
Right.
It's called menopause
Foggy.
brain.
Yeah, well,
That's
I
my
have
brain.
That too.
Yeah.
I have all the things in my brain. It's
good times.
Or none of them.
Or
Yeah.
maybe none is better. That's a better existence.
Yeah,
But go ahead.
right? So I thought, I don't know, am I done? Like, or maybe I'll just slow down. Or like, I mean, I've often thought, everyone, you have to diversify. That's like the big word in the food blogging
Right.
world and in other worlds.
What does that mean, diversify? Like
Well,
what?
You've got
like,
to switch it up.
like you
gotta
do
bring in some
Japanese
different
and
shit.
Mexican food and you get shit for it. So
like different streams of income.
Not
Oh, I
diverse
see.
in terms of ethnicity.
I see.
I meant.
That's diversity in a
You
whole
are
other
too
world.
hard to understand today.
Me? I am?
No, I'm the one that was like,
No,
oh,
I
diversity.
No, because
Mexican, Japanese, you're doing it all. What do they want?
Val
And you
said
get
it.
shit for it.
Val said diversify, not me.
Diversify.
I
Like
meant
different avenues.
streams of
Like in other
income.
words, what?
Yeah.
Books or
Well, so-
who reads books
yeah, I
anymore?
mean,
No one gets books.
Ebooks. I used to work with a lot of brands. That's not
Okay.
so much a thing anymore for me. It is for people who are big influencers on Instagram and on other platforms, TikTok, whatever. But that's not me.
Right.
But that's a big moment.
It could
right?
be,
It's a
but
big
it's
moment.
not me.
Like
Yeah.
you're sitting there, you've made your pivot, and now your house burns
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of your possessions, and I mean, you have an incredible attitude about it. But you do have to sit with that and go, okay,
Yeah.
Right.
like
Well,
maybe I'm cashing it
right.
in. Like maybe
Maybe
that's
I'm
it.
done.
Yeah.
Maybe I tap out.
Yeah,
It's-
I didn't know. I mean, I really had no idea because, of course, I knew I would be cooking again, but I didn't know in what capacity. And I thought, well, I'm not going to be on my site for a while. But another thing that, and I'm not alone in this, everyone is doing this, because things are changing online and the way we do things, and I say we, like the food blogger community, we're always updating our older posts, not the recipe itself, but we're adding the best practices in. We're putting more keywords
Tips
in, and we're
and like,
structuring.
oh, I
Right.
see, I see.
Because everybody used to care about like your life, and now they're like, "Oh my God, could you
Right.
get to the recipe?"
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is why you
Yeah.
guys
Big
have
change.
noticed if you look
Yeah.
for recipes,
Yeah.
we all, myself included, have the jump to the recipe button.
Yeah.
In case
Which-
you're bored with my life,
Right.
and the tips.
That's smart, though, to have
Yeah.
that.
By
Yeah.
the way, I do jump to the recipe,
Yeah.
not necessarily on yours,
You
but
know
all the
what?
time. I'm like, I just
Mine
want to know
too.
how to
On
do
Val's
this.
Yeah.
website?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I don't like
That's
Val.
so
But I'll
mean.
tell you what, anyone, if you jump to the recipe every time, you might miss some of the variations you could do. You might miss.
Oh,
where I
really?
got my cool
Okay.
pan.
All right.
You might miss the tip that says "Don't do blah blah blah," and if you do it, you're going to be screwed. Like
That's
you know.
right.
You always
Maybe.
go
Okay.
back after,
Always
and
go
you're like,
back
why
and
is
go,
it?
I did this wrong. I should
Yeah.
have watched.
Oh,
and
I'm an
that's
asshole,
happened.
and I like shortcuts.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've had comments before where people, I mean, I'm happy to report I get mostly lovely comments, but there are some where, and they all feel like, kind of like how I'm sure a teenager feels on Instagram and someone says something awful,
Nasty, yeah.
makes a horrible comment.
Why do they have to? Just
on
don't
their
say
post.
it.
I know. Oh, well, I've kind of chalked it up like, I feel like people leaving really obnoxious comments just don't have a lot else going on, and they're probably doing it on a lot of sites. Unless it's a like legit problem, and then
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, let me brainstorm.
Can you
with
respond with
Did
my
I
house
make a
burned down?
typo?
What do you have going on? My house burned down. Are you okay?
How you doing,
That you're
troll?
upset about
Yeah.
my recipe.
Well,
I would totally
sometimes
do that.
It'll be something really obvious. I'm like, yeah, I said don't do blah, blah, blah. But you did. But other times I'm like, holy shit, I have to make this again immediately because I want to know where this went wrong.
And tweak
And
it.
if it was my mistake, I'm like, I will offer to PayPal them for the money they spent on the recipe.
You do
I
not.
have, yeah, because the whole point is to have
You're
your
setting a
recipes
really
turn
bad
out.
precedent there, Val.
Wow.
Oh my God.
You know, it's not a ton of money, but still, I want them to like try it again.
Has
and
anyone
have it
ever
work.
taken you up on that?
One person, because
No.
it was my mistake. If it's not my mistake, I try to not be too defensive, but
Right.
I'll like point out maybe what they missed or what they didn't read, or I'll explain, look, your pan might be different than my pan, which is why I have a whole post
Yeah.
on how all of our equipment
Yeah.
is different, but whatever.
Wow.
So
You're so sweet. That's so sweet to do.
anyway, so the fire happens, and so actually kind of we're good friends, so I can
Yes,
say that,
please.
right? So we're good friends. By the way, I live here now.
She's Libby's roommate. Her kitchen is
I
Libby's.
really know you're cooking.
Yes.
You're so lucky.
I know.
Libby has a beautiful kitchen, and
Yeah.
they have opened their home to us. We're on the hunt for a home of our own. But Libby has given me a lot of ideas, and my friend Sarah also. I think you both said, I can't remember who said it, but someone said, "Oh, you should do like something relating to the Palisades right now because, you know, everyone was so in the like." You know,
Well, so
Palisades
horrified by the
nostalgia.
fires
Yeah.
Oh, we couldn't believe it was
all
happening.
that was lost.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
your mom planted trees there. You grew
Yeah,
up there as a
yeah.
kid, and
Yeah,
part
I've
of
been there my entire
So
life
much
except for
loss.
college
Yeah.
and 1 year where we lived out of the Palisades.
And it is such a community,
Yeah.
and part of what you would talk about is, oh, that restaurant's
Yeah.
gone. Oh, that restaurant's
Yeah,
gone.
yeah.
And you
exactly.
talk about the recipes you love.
Right.
So
Well, the recipes, but in conjunction with that, like the memories shared in those restaurants, eating those recipes, that
yeah, I
food.
bet.
So, I mean, you know, my friends and I all remember like Mort's Deli. We'd go there during our
Mort's
algebra
Deli's
class.
gone.
Well, Mort's Deli left
Is it?
long before the fire.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean,
But I went to Mort's
everyone
Deli.
loves Cafe Vita. That everything is gone. So when people started talking to me about the Palisades, I started thinking, you know what? I can do a series on Palisades food memories without even cooking because I have so many recipes on the site
Oh,
Right.
already.
that relate to restaurants in the Palisades or Palisades memories. And actually, I'm trying. So I started doing that. I've only done 5, but
Wow.
That's
actually
really awesome, and I'm
That's
sure
so cool.
I'm sure
Yeah.
people that have
Yeah.
also experienced that loss,
Yeah.
well,
Well-
appreciate that because it gives them a little taste of
Yeah.
what that was.
Pun
You know,
intended. Yeah.
that's right.
Little taste. And food is memories.
it
I
totally
mean,
is.
a great meal you've had at a place is where you also had a conversation over that meal, where you learned something new
And
with a
we
friend,
all-
where you celebrated.
Well-
And food is, and that's what you're doing.
and Valentina is a very friendly sort of person. So she
I don't think that at all.
I know,
Not
I
at
know,
all.
I
Wrong.
know. She's
Bullshit.
fooled you
Those
both.
Those are very,
We're
very
talking about the same Valentina.
Really? This one? Are you sure?
Don't ask my husband.
No.
So she speaks to everyone at every restaurant.
I do.
She knows
You do?
all of
I
the
do know the
owners.
people, yeah. Not all of them, but some.
Just about, and the people who work there. So it's
Yeah.
not just that she's recreating the recipes. She's talking about the people
Right.
who made them.
and so
Right.
And honoring
Right.
them.
Yeah.
And honoring them,
And I've gone from
which is huge.
making like so I started all of this after the fire so I have a somewhat loyal following of subscribers. So like, people that have sort of been with me for years, and it's not massive, but it's kind of big. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to send out my first newsletter since the fire. It was like 2 weeks later. And it wasn't even about recipes or anything at that time. I just wanted to let everybody know because
What
I
had
have
happened,
people
yeah.
that read my recipes. I mean, mostly in the U.S., but some people are in Australia, some people are in England, and many on the East Coast. So people don't know, they don't know. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to just tell people why I'm sort of not going to be online for a while.
Right.
And then this Palisades idea came up.
All right, I have a question for you.
Yeah, I'm talking. I'm doing a monologue.
I love it.
As someone who is somewhat cooking challenged,
Yeah, I bet you're not. But.
Yes, she is, but go
I'm
ahead.
not bad at it, but
I don't know. Jill might think.
Yeah, no, I just don't do it very much. I mean, I've got 4 probably, or 5, maybe 4 like go-to recipes, which
That's good.
I am aware is not enough.
What are they?
That's
Oh, no.
irrelevant, Val. And not part of my question.
You can tell me later.
Yeah. They're I could make them sound better than they are, but yeah.
You could just lie.
It's all good.
Yeah,
Beef
right?
Wellington.
Coco vin.
Coco vin.
Fuck you.
Coco vin. Fuck you.
That could be
So-
part of the cooking on the fucking weekend
Right.
series that
Cook-
I'm
yeah.
starting.
By
So
the
my
way,
question-
Coco vin. Fuck
So
you.
my question is,
So
for
funny.
someone who is cooking challenged, where would you send me? Which recipe on your site would you send me to for something that is not difficult to make, but good
it
for?
dinner?
Yes, it's dinner. Am I supposed to cook for lunch? Yes, it's dinner. I do cook a pretty good, pretty mean scrambled egg.
Is it
pancake
dinner
breakfast, but yes, it's
is
dinner.
Is it like a quick dinner for your family? Or you
It
having
is.
people over?
No.
Okay.
Again.
Not Coco vin.
Again. Corey, nice to meet you.
Valentina. By the way, I'll tell you that later.
It's dinner. So, and I would say family of 4, quick
Okay.
and easy.
And then I would ask,
yes.
is there anything you don't eat?
Spicy.
Okay.
Hate spicy.
But you eat meat? And
Everything
chicken?
else.
Okay, so
My husband hates eggplant.
Okay.
That's very.
I think I only have 2
Specific.
eggplant
I know.
recipes
Yeah.
on my site. So I would do like a
Not one of
sheet
those.
pan dinner. I have like a yummy chicken, Parmesan crusted chicken that has potato and broccoli around. And it's like the whole meal's on the sheet pan. I think it
Makes
takes
it
under
easy.
30 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
And you have the vegetables, the chicken.
That's
but the
you.
chicken
That's all
is
over.
not boring. It's interesting because you have this sort of Parmesan.
You
crust,
cook it
and
all
it's not
together?
Like, yeah, all
Like-
at one time.
Like it's like
In the
a
oven.
dump and cook.
Yeah.
Like in
kind
a,
of a place and cook.
yeah, so it's not like a slow cooker. We
It's not
throw
like
everything
a,
in that.
mix
Like,
and turn on.
You
It's
have
a
to
place.
be like a little bit involved. You can't just.
You
throw
can't
it
just
in.
throw it on the pan. I'm just the laziest.
I mean, yeah, talk about lazy.
These are like
Just
easy to find ingredients. Probably
Okay.
most of them you have. And then I have a similar recipe with tofu. Actually, if you're cutting.
Pass.
that's not going to happen for Corey.
I love tofu.
There's a pork chop sheet pan recipe.
Okay.
And then I have a bunch
Okay.
of a bunch of like one skillet meals that are my favorite type of cooking.
I do like that kind
Is
of
that
stuff.
the turkey meatball gnocchi?
I have that.
Yes, I saw that.
That looks
Yeah.
easy for me.
Super easy
And gnocchi.
super hearty.
Oh, so good.
And it's
Yes.
a whole meal. Like maybe you'd want bread with it, but you don't.
No,
need
you
bread.
don't.
No,
Maybe
no.
it's
You
okay,
always
but
want
don't
bread.
need
Actually,
it.
yeah, good to dip in the.
Okay, so that was my first question.
Yeah.
I'm going to go look those up.
Yeah.
Second question. Is there anything that you have put on your site, a recipe or a dish,
Yeah.
that you have subsequently taken down because you're like, it's not that good. I tried it again. It kind of sucks.
I would say yes, if I'm being honest.
I mean,
have
because there's
also-
some epic fails, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
especially when you're
Yeah.
being creative,
Well, I
right?
wouldn't call them epic
And I shouldn't say
fails.
epic. Shouldn't say epic. I would say
Not even a fail, but like there's
Maybe that's
been-
just me.
And I'm not being like
I
"Oh,
wouldn't
so
call
great,"
them an
but-
epic fail.
Am I still good? There have been a few things where I'm like, this is so weird. Nobody wants this.
Oh, I
Like,
see.
I see
So
what you're
you
saying.
still like it.
Yeah.
And also like
Were your
Epic
children
fail
writing in
stars.
going, I do not like this recipe.
You're getting
Please take it
yeah.
down.
they
This
have
is
that note
stupid.
on a lot of them, but
I was just assuming it was one of her sons who asked to get
Yeah.
paid back.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Mom, can I?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of an example. It's hard, but definitely. Or often I've taken down like a really involved recipe. I
see.
have a lot of like quicker and easier, but I have also a lot that are like kind of a project.
And
to
you've
me-
reconsidered those? You've taken those down?
I hear
really?
cooking project and it's like music to my ears. I'm like, oh my God, this will take all day. I
No.
love it. I know you're not those
Absolutely
people.
not.
But I love that. I'm like, the more steps, the better. The more
Wow.
time I'll be smelling it from the kitchen, the more love.
So this is your art. Like instead of a
Yeah.
canvas, you
I
do
love
the.
it.
It's an art.
But I've realized most people, maybe my company included, like don't want a project. They just want to like get something delicious on the table. So,
Yeah.
so I do have some of those on the site that I wouldn't take down because I think they're too good. But others where I'm like, this is weird. It's going to take a long time. And I also can see how many people have looked at this in the last year. And if it's not
So-
more
oh,
than
really?
a certain amount.
So more
like,
than once or twice, you've taken them down and you've just sort of recalibrated
yeah,
the site.
I
and,
save them for sure, but
Yeah.
I take them off the site because this is just a sort of technical thing, but like it's like dead weight. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Google doesn't like to know, and Google knows things. Like if you have a lot of pages that nobody's going to.
Yeah,
that they're not
right.
going
Tells
to a
them
lot,
something.
Your overall ranking goes
Yep.
down. So
Yep.
Oh, yeah, you
I
gotta-
deleted, yes.
But that's a whole
things.
job in itself. Like I
Oh,
wouldn't have
completely.
energy to track it and research.
Yes,
and then
you would.
I don't know if I would.
Yes,
I'm
you
pretty
would
lazy,
if that's the
Corey.
job you signed up for. For sure.
No, even if I sign up for it, I'm like not doing it.
It's the worst part, honestly. All the
Is it? Because
the
that was
businessy
Libby's
part.
next
I'm
question.
A cook. Like I started this because I love cooking, and now I'm doing like 12
Yeah.
things I really
You're wearing different
also
hats.
don't like. I do
Yep.
like the photography, but the photography and the cooking.
Yeah. Well,
The writing is like
So,
evident.
yes.
if you could give the first pivot Valentina a piece of advice standing where you are now, what would it be?
You mean like when I was young and at the museum?
When you were about to, leave to start your next journey.
Wow, that's a really good question. Honestly, I might say like put yourself out there more. Like I was always the person who was like, I don't know if it was fear or anxiety. I know fear is the main reason we all hold back, but it's more anxiety. Like I get stressed out very easily. And so it was more like, oh, I'm not going to go there. That's going to be too stressful. But then every time I go there, I'm like, oh, that actually worked out well. And then that becomes history that you look to like, oh, I did it then, I can do it again. But it would probably be to just, go for more stuff and do more things that I'm like thinking are going to make me too stressed out. But
So set aside that fear of failure and just go for
And
it.
don't listen to the
Yeah.
judgment.
Right.
And being online, being in that world, there's a lot of outside judgment that could bring you down. It is so
Yeah, because
hard.
it's so subjective.
Oh, so subjective.
Taste?
And people are
That
assholes.
is risky.
exactly.
The ones that comment oftentimes are the ones that have nothing to do and are angry, and you're,
I only
Yeah.
did that because it was super spicy and she didn't warn me.
and you got
only
your money
reason.
back though, right? She PayPal'd you.
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
I also believe
because I had heard she does that.
I also think I wish I had done more things that I probably could have done, but I do think like things wouldn't have worked out quite this way if they hadn't. And I kind of, fire aside, I kind of like the way things have worked out.
Well, yeah.
Coolest surprise
That's a
that
good
you
one.
never expected?
Well, like a little win, maybe. Coolest
Big win.
surprise I never expected. Probably when I was writing recipes. I mean, this is mid-pivoting, maybe.
Yeah.
When I was catering, and I also taught a lot of cooking classes, I wrote in, this was something I did go for. I wrote into the LA Times because at the time they had a really popular column called really innovative 30-minute meals, something like that.
I like that.
And I wrote
Easy
in-
to find if you do search for it.
And I thought, well, this was kind of pre-searching.
Oh,
This
was it? It
like
was just
the
in the paper.
actual,
Yeah,
like,
gotcha. Yep.
I mean, we were online then, but it was. I mean,
Barely.
I don't even think there were food blogs happening then. But
Not how many there are now.
so I thought I could do that. I write recipes all the time. I could write in. So maybe my biggest surprise was that the food editor was like, yeah, totally. Send me some recipes and we'll see what we can do.
you got a yes.
And I got a yes, and I got paid kind of a good amount of money, and I wrote probably 5 or 6, and then
For a big newspaper.
yeah, for a big newspaper. And I mean, I think so my biggest surprise was like that somebody wanted me to be published in their
A little
That's so
validation.
great,
Yeah, validation. You got a
Yeah.
yes. There's so many
And then
no's
that
out
actually
there,
became
right?
a really good thing on my resume, and it kind of helped me with a few other things down the road.
Nice.
But yeah,
I love that.
and I've been in a couple magazines too. But
That's
yeah.
amazing.
Okay, so your website again is
Yes.
Cooking on the weekends.
Cooking on the Weekends.
Yeah.
Cooking on the weekends. And
Yeah.
any place else that people should look for you?
I am on Instagram. I am cooking on the weekends.
Okay.
That's probably the best place to go. I have a page on Facebook, Cooking on the Weekends.
Okay, so it's okay. Great.
I'm
You're
on it.
consistent.
And it's
I
great
don't care
because
for it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
find recipes, and it seems
Yeah.
like you respond if people reach
Yeah,
out.
mostly on my site, and I respond to every single comment, good or bad.
Yep.
I send personal emails. You can write to
Wow.
me personally, and and I say this on my site. If you have a question about a recipe that's not on my site, you can call me, and not call me.
Yeah.
You can email
Don't call.
me.
Don't.
Yeah.
Call Corey.
I
Yeah.
always thought it'd be cool
Call me.
to have like
We'll
a
have a
thank-
chat.
It'd be cool though to have like a Thanksgiving hotline. That's another idea I have.
Oh
Everyone
my
cooking on
Oh my
Thanksgiving
God.
First of all,
Day
you wouldn't
could
have-
call me. I wouldn't be able to make my own Thanksgiving
Right.
if I was.
You'd have to just be on the phones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be
I think
amazing.
it would be overloaded. I think you'd
But
have.
you can email me.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
And
quite a
go on my
benefit.
site.
That's
Yeah.
cool. It's
And
really
I
cool.
really hope that you just recreate the Palisades, because I think
trying.
that
Yeah.
everyone wants to see that, and you would be so great at that.
my God.
Not that I'm
Well,
pushing my agenda, but I do.
The chicken
Wow.
soup from Cafe Vita might be next. Just saying.
Okay.
Awesome.
That sounds
All right.
delightful.
All right.
We'll
That
see.
sounds really good, actually.
Thanks, you guys. This is so much fun.
Thank you
This
for
has
being
been
here.
so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh my
we were
gosh.
really,
Delightful.
really looking
I could talk to you
forward it.
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
All
thank
right.
you for being here.
I'm sure you're a good cook.
It's a whole nother topic.
Okay. Another
Leave
show.
us with that.
Another podcast.
Thank you for being here, guys.
Thank you for being
See you
here.
next
We'll
week.
see you next
Thank
week.
you.
Bye.
You got a passion, been on for so long, and everything around you starts to go wrong. Gotta